If your 3D prints keep failing halfway through, the problem probably isn't your printer, it's what you're missing around it. From bed adhesion to filament storage, tiny upgrades change everything about how consistent your prints turn out. Today we're counting down 10 Amazon finds that solve the most annoying problems every maker runs into. Welcome back to Gadget Vault. Every product is linked in the description. Let's get into it. Starting off at number 10, a solid roll of PLA filament is still the backbone of every print farm, and having a reliable spare on hand saves you from a project stalling out mid-layer. Good PLA lays down consistent lines, sticks to the bed without drama, and forgives beginners in a way other materials just don't. Keep a spool in your printer and a backup in the drawer because running out mid-print at 2 in the morning is a special kind of pain. Quality filament also means fewer clogs, fewer jams, and way less time babysitting the nozzle. It's not flashy, but it's the one gadget everything else on this list depends on. Stock up once, and you stop thinking about it for months. Number 9 is the print bed adhesion sheet. And if you've ever peeled a warped first layer off your bed in frustration, this fixes that instantly. It gives your prints something to actually grip onto, especially on tricky materials that hate sticking to bare glass or metal. Installation takes about 5 minutes, and once it's down, first layer failures basically disappear. Big flat prints stop curling at the corners, and small detailed print stops shifting halfway through. When it finally wears out, you just peel it off and slap on a new one. For the price, it might be the single easiest upgrade on this entire list. At number 8, the nozzle cleaning kit quietly saves more failed prints than almost anything else here. Clogged nozzles cause under-extrusion, stringing, and prints that look fine for 10 layers before slowly falling apart. This kit gives you the right size needles and brushes to clear debris without damaging the nozzle itself. A 30-second cleaning between filament swaps keeps everything flowing smoothly and extends the life of your hot end. It's cheap, it's small, and it lives right next to your printer once you start using it. Skip this one, and you'll eventually learn its value the hard way. Number 7 is the filament dry box, and this is the gadget most beginners don't know they need until their prints start looking rough for no reason. Filament absorbs moisture from the air over time, and wet filament causes popping, stringing, and weak brittle prints. This box seals your spool with desiccant packs, keeping humidity out between print jobs. Some versions even let you print straight out of the box, feeding the filament through a sealed port. If your prints have been inconsistent lately and you can't figure out why, this is usually the answer. Protect your filament, and your prints instantly look better. Coming in at number 6, a proper print removal tool set saves your fingers and your bed surface from years of prying with butter knives and screwdrivers. These tools are thin, angled, and designed specifically to slide under a print without gouging your build plate. Stubborn prints that used to take 5 minutes of careful prying come off in seconds. Some sets include scrapers, tweezers, and deburring tools for cleaning up supports afterward, too. It's a small purchase that protects a much more expensive part of your setup, your print bed. Once you upgrade from a butter knife, there's no going back. Number 5 is the enclosure tent. And if you print anything besides basic PLA, this changes your success rate dramatically. It wraps your printer in a stable, draft-free environment, which matters enormously for materials like ABS that warp the second a cold breeze hits them. It also cuts down on noise and keeps stray filament dust contained to one spot instead of your whole room. Setup is simple, usually just a collapsible frame and a fitted cover, and it folds away when you don't need it. For anyone printing bigger or more advanced projects, this tent alone can be the difference between a good print and a warped mess. It's basically a climate-controlled room for your printer. At number 4, the calibration card looks simple but solves one of the most common beginner headaches: bad first layers from an uneven bed. Instead of guessing with paper and eyeballing it, this gives you a precise, repeatable way to level your bed correctly every single time. A properly leveled bed means consistent adhesion across the entire surface, not just the middle. This matters even more as your prints get bigger, where uneven leveling becomes painfully obvious. It takes 2 minutes to use and instantly upgrades the accuracy of every print that follows. If your first layers have ever looked patchy, this is where you start. Number 3 is a spare nozzles pack. And every printer owner eventually learns that nozzles wear out, especially with abrasive filaments like wood fill or carbon fiber blends. Having different sizes on hand also opens up options you didn't have before: a smaller nozzle for fine detail work, a bigger one for fast, strong, functional prints. Swapping one out takes minutes once you know how, and keeping spares means a worn or clogged nozzle never stops a project in its tracks. These packs are inexpensive enough that stocking up just makes sense. It's the kind of gadget you don't think about until the exact moment you desperately need it. Coming in at number 2, the auto-leveling sensor is close to a game-changer for anyone tired of manually adjusting screws before every single print. It maps your bed automatically, adjusting the print height in real time across dozens of points instead of relying on 4 corners and a guess. This means fewer failed first layers, less wasted filament, and way less time spent fiddling before you even start printing. Once it's installed, leveling becomes something you never have to think about again. For printers that support it, this single upgrade removes one of the most repetitive, frustrating parts of the entire hobby. It's the closest thing to a set-it-and-forget-it fix on this list. And that brings us to number 1, the filament spool holder, the gadget that ties this entire setup together. A good holder keeps your spool spinning freely without snagging, tangling, or putting extra strain on your extruder motor. It also keeps your workspace organized instead of spools rolling off the desk or unraveling on the floor. Some versions mount multiple spools at once, so you can swap colors or materials without stopping to rearrange your whole setup. It's a small, unglamorous upgrade, but it removes tension issues that quietly ruin more prints than people realize. That's my number 1 pick. Every link is in the description below. If this helped, subscribe, and I'll see you in the vault.